Nwanyi was escorted from the chamber in silence. As she walked through the village, the women turned away, unable to meet her eyes. They had loved her once, but now she was an outcast, a traitor to their people. Obi was waiting for her at the edge of the forest. He did not speak as she approached, but there was a look of understanding in his eyes. He had known, too, that this day would come. Together, they entered the evil forest, the place where so many male children had been left to die. But Obi was not afraid. The spirits of the forest seemed to welcome him, the trees whispering secrets only he could hear. Nwanyi, too, felt the presence of something greater than herself. She had feared the forest all her life, but now, walking beside her son, she realized that this was where they belonged. Back in Abalama, the village was in turmoil. The discovery of Nwanyi's secret had shaken the women to their core, and their confidence was beginning to waver. The war with the neighboring villages had intensified, and without Nwanyi, their ranks were weakened. The elders tried to rally the warriors, but something was missing. The women fought bravely, but they were losing ground. Their enemies were growing stronger, more organized, and they no longer feared the women of Abalama as they once did. The spirit that had once made Abalama invincible seemed to have been snuffed out, and defeat loomed on the horizon. In their desperation, the elders consulted Hazewine, pleading for guidance from the gods. But each time she entered the sacred shrine, the answers were the same. They had cast out the one chosen by the gods. Without Obi, there would be no victory, no peace. The weight of her decision to banish Nwanyi and her son weighed heavily on Hazewine's heart. The gods had been clear in their warnings, and she had been too blind to see it. The boy was no curse, he was their salvation. Yet now, with war on their doorstep and the women of Abalama falling in battle, she realized her mistake. But was it too late to make amends? One night, Hazewine had a vision more powerful than any before. She saw the village of Abalama in flames, the walls crumbling under the onslaught of their enemies. The screams of the women echoed in her ears, and blood soaked the ground. Amidst the chaos, a single figure stood, Obi, bathed in light, holding a staff that crackled with divine energy. The gods spoke to her again. Go to the boy, beg for forgiveness. Only he can save you. Only he can bring peace. Hazewine awoke, her body trembling with fear and revelation. She knew what had to be done. The gods had given them one final chance, but it was not without cost. She would have to humble herself, to admit her failure, and plead for the boy's mercy. The next morning, she called the elders together. Her face was lined with exhaustion, but her voice was resolute. I have seen